A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. When Judas had left them, Jesus said, "Now is the Son of Man glorified, and God is glorified in him. If God is glorified in him, God will also glorify him in himself, and God will glorify him at once. My children, I will be with you only a little while longer. I give you a new commandment. Love one another. As I have loved you, so you also should love one another. This is how all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another."
Fifth Sunday of Easter, Lectio Divina. 1. Read. Today we join Jesus and his disciples in the upper room at the Last Supper. Unlike the other three Gospels, John's Gospel does not recount the Eucharistic meal itself, but rather helps us gain a deeper understanding of Jesus' life and teachings. Jesus waited until Judas left the room before revealing a new commandment to his disciples. Jesus knew what Judas was thinking in his heart, so it is not surprising that he waited until he left before speaking. What is special about this new commandment? From the law of Moses, the disciples would have known that they must love God and love their neighbor as themselves. But Jesus' teaching and example of love help to deepen these two commandments. The new requirement that Jesus makes to his disciples here is to love one another as I have loved you. Jesus declares that God now reveals who the Son of Man is and what authority he has. Jesus' love for his disciples, for us, and for all people reflects the absolute love between the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. By living this love in their daily lives, Christians concretely show those around them the mysterious love of God, and show that they are followers of Jesus. By practicing this absolute love, ordinary Christians lift a veil to give a glimpse of heaven and the love that flows from the Trinity. Now we can see why Jesus and John said so much about the relationship between the three persons of the Trinity. That is why Jesus insisted that love among Christians must be modeled on his own love for them, a love that is self-sacrificing and unconditional. 2. Reflections. What impressed you most in these verses? Ask the Holy Spirit to speak to you. What do you think about Jesus' teaching to love other Christians as he loves us? Is Jesus asking for the impossible? How can we try to practice this commandment? Who can we turn to for help? Consider, God may want you to show his love to a Christian in certain ways. 3. Pray. Psalm 144:8-13 lists some of God's attributes. As God gradually loses our earthly nature, to show us in his image, we will begin to reflect his true nature. God's nature. With a prayerful heart, offer these verses to God. Open your heart to God and let him speak to you. If you are having difficulties in your relationship with someone, bring it to God. 4. Contemplation. Rev 21:1-5 speaks of a new heaven and a new earth. Reflect on this promise and think about the connections between Jesus' new commandment and this vision. Think about how Jesus adorns us, like the church, so that we are his brides.